have a story I wanted to share with you, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Today's story is Tacky the Penguin, and it is written by Helen Lester and illustrated by Lynn Mussinger. Tacky the Penguin. There once lived a penguin. His home was a nice icy land he shared with his companions. And companions is another word for friends. His companions were named Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect. His name was Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird. Now the word odd means strange, a little bit different. And the one thing that I notice in the illustrations or our pictures is that Tacky is the only one wearing, looks like a Hawaiian shirt. The rest of them just have bow ties. And it kind of looks like in the illustrations that Tacky is off to himself. Everyone else is kind of hanging out together. And we see that Tacky is the odd man out. And it's kind of interesting if you watch the math lesson, the word odd means, when we're talking about numbers, it's numbers that are odd don't have a pair. And Tacky is the odd man out. He doesn't have a pair. He's all by himself. So that's a good connection to our story. Let's keep reading. Every day, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect greeted each other quietly and politely. So when you greet someone, it's usually when you say good morning or hello, and they're doing it very politely. Politely means, with good manners, using nice talk. Tacky greeted them with a hearty slap on the back and a loud, "What's happening?" So Tacky was not greeting them very politely. But remember, they said he's odd, so some of the actions that we might see are Tacky being a little bit different. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always marched. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tacky always marched. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. His companions were graceful divers. Now the word graceful means to do it really nicely, to, say you guys are jumping up and down. If you're really graceful, you make it look really easy. If you are someone who doesn't do something very graceful, maybe you're gonna trip and fall, or you plop down really hard on your way down. Tacky liked to do splashy cannonballs. So that is the opposite of being graceful. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always sang pretty songs like Sunrise on the Iceberg. Tacky always sang songs like How Many Toes Does a Fish Have? Tacky was an odd bird. One day, the penguins heard the thump, thump, thump of feet in the distance. This could only mean one thing. Hunters had come. And so everyone's kind of looking kind of scared. Now, hunters are people that are maybe coming to come get the penguins to use as food. So they would eat the penguins. And so you can imagine how they feel. They're probably feeling really scared, really nervous. And so let's see what's going to happen next. Oh, here's our hunters. They came with maps and traps and rocks and locks, and they were rough and tough. As the thump, thump, thump drew closer, the penguins could hear the growly voices chanting, "We're gonna catch some pretty penguins, and we'll march with them with a switch, and we'll sell them for $1, and we'll get rich, rich, rich." So they are definitely coming after the penguins. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect ran away in fright. Fright means to be scared. They hid behind a block of ice. Tacky stood alone. The hunters marched right up to him, chanting, "We're gonna catch some pretty penguins, and we'll march with them with a switch, and we'll sell them for $1 and get rich, rich, rich." Oh no, I wonder what's gonna happen. Tacky's all alone. He's the only penguin who didn't go and hide. I hope nothing happens to him, but let's see. "What's happening?" blared Tacky, giving one hunter an especially hearty slap on the back. They growled, "We're hunting for penguins. That's what's happening." "Penguins?" said Tacky. "Do you mean those birds that march neatly in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0. The hunters looked puzzled. Puzzled is another word for confused. Because Tacky's not acting like the penguins would act. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. He's not marching like a normal penguin. So now the hunters are, kind of confused by this bird. "Do you mean those birds that dive so gracefully?" Tacky asked. And he did a splashy cannonball. The hunters got wet. "Do you mean those birds that sing pretty songs?" Tacky began to sing, and from behind the block of ice came the voice of his companions, all singing as loudly and dreadfully as they could. "How many toes does a fish have? And how many wings on a cow? I wonder, yep, I wonder." Oh my goodness, so these penguins are copying Tacky because they see that the hunters, they're not going after Tacky because Tacky wasn't acting like a penguin. And so now his companions or his friends are starting to follow in Tacky's footsteps and do what Tacky is doing to protect themselves. The hunters could not stand the horrible singing. This could not be the land of the pretty penguins. They ran away with their hands clasped tightly over their ears, leaving behind their maps and traps and rocks and locks, and they were not looking rough and tough. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect hugged Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird, but a very nice bird to have around. And so I'm really happy that story has a happy ending. So I think the message of this story that I want you guys to all take away is it is okay to be different, and it's okay to do things differently than your friends, because what makes us different also makes us special. And so we don't have to act like everyone else if that's not how we are. For example, I'll give you an example about Miss Chavez. All of my friends, they love dogs and they have pet dogs. And I used to tell them, I'll get a pet dog too because I wanted to be like my friends. I wanted them to like me. But Miss Chavez will be honest, I'm not a very big dog person. I would much rather have, a pet cat at my house. And so even though that's different from what my friends like, that's okay because it makes me happy and they see that that makes me happy and that's something I enjoy. And so they're still going to be my friends because of it. So I don't want you guys to be afraid to be yourselves and to be different because that's okay and that's what makes us special. And so that is the end of today's lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tomorrow I had a special request to do a history lesson from a kiddo. And so I'm working on planning that and I will come to you guys with a history lesson tomorrow. So I think it'll be kind of cool. But feel free if you have a type of lesson that you're wanting or a suggestion, you can have your parents let me know or you can leave it in the comments. And so I hope you guys have a great day.